Go for it. What's going on? What's happening? What's the latest?
Yeah, I think this is sort of up to Aaron. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's sort of where this is. And, I think everybody's expectation is that this is going to happen. And this to me, like, the Alan Lazard thing, the Randall Cobb thing, in all seriousness, is the Jets getting their ducks in a row, and I think as much as anything else, it's a realization that, like, this is what the lag in the final decision, the final parts of the negotiation, that this is what it's doing to that, like where, if he had been on board on Saturday, say, the Jets could hit the ground running and work on this stuff Monday and Tuesday, and everything's done. Now, it just sort of feels like they've got to line everything up and get everything in place. And maybe this is intentional on Rodgers' part, that he'd want to see them actually do this and put all the pieces in place. But, my understanding is for a little while now, this has sort of been up to Aaron, and I think the trade terms are workable. I don't know if they're going to have to give up the 13th overall pick to do it. And I think the contract terms are workable too. If you look at it, really, Rich, it's about cash. Like that's what this is about, because the way the Packers structured the contract was really smart. Made them tradable. Like where the cap number for a team acquiring him for next year is just $15 million. Now you're gonna have to pay the piper down the line. The question is whether or not you're willing to pay $60 million in cash to get him. I think in large part this is really up to Aaron and what he wants to do. And, it certainly feels like the Jets are doing everything they possibly can to get him on board.
And the new league, the new league year is the deadline, or there really isn't one? Do you think?
I don't know if there is a deadline, although it certainly seems like, you see the actions here of the Jets, like that it's being treated like a soft deadline, and look, I think Aaron himself said at one point, right, like that, and I can't remember if that was this year or last year, to be honest with you, but he at one point referenced the start of free agency as wanting to have a decision by then.
Right.
So whatever team he's on can plan going forward. So it feels like that's a natural point. And I think we've been over this too, Rich. Like, the Packers are operating in a much different manner than they have in the last couple of years. Where the last couple of years it's been take your time, Aaron. Whatever you need, Aaron. We're leaving the door open for you, Aaron. We want you to be at peace with whatever your decision is. In this case, it certainly feels like the Packers have already started the process of moving on and would like a decision sooner than later.
Well, and then, there's no other. The options are retire, go to the Jets. Is returning the Packers really an option at this point in time?
I guess
after
you could
all
say
this,
no, but then I'm old enough, and you are too, to remember Brett Favre sauntering into training camp in 2008 like he was going to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, but they did tell him that was still over. They told him it was still over at that point in time.
Yeah. And so that one got really awkward at the end. So, like, who knows, But, and again, like, I think he's just sort of, he's unpredictable. You know what I mean? And I think we've seen that. The guy, maybe for better or worse, marches to the beat of his own drummer. But I do think that the momentum here is towards him becoming a New York Jet, and if not that, then either he retires or things get awfully awkward.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.